Stop right there, criminal scum.
Before we get into this video, I want to state, I don't mean any of this in a negative or gatekeepy kind of way, okay? So don't freak out and just calm down, all right? All right, let's get to the video. Last night, I was working late and I was thinking about all the various things that have changed in the world, more specifically what changed in Japan from what I've been able to view from an outside perspective as someone who doesn't live there. And as I was working and thinking about it, a part that really had me recalling the past all night was music in Japan. Even though there is still a lot of music and songs you don't recognize right off the bat, like moe songs from idol groups and some bands that are still very underground, you can see no matter where you go, a massive influx in what I will call anime music. You can watch videos of people walking around Japan, going into stores that are anime themed, and all over the radio, you'll hear some version of an anime song or just the actual thing. And I know that's because they are just songs, but most of them reach the level that they are at because of anime that they were in. For example, the first Demon Slayer opening by Lisa can still be widely heard throughout all of Japan, even though it's been 6, almost 7 years since the first season came out. And that song came out 2 months prior to the first season dropping, but it only started being really heard and circulating after it was used in Demon Slayer. So it just goes to show that even though a song can be amazing, like this song is, when it's put into something that reaches levels that of what Demon Slayer reached, it's gonna get put in everything to an annoying amount. For weebs everywhere, this sounds like a dream. Walking around hearing this in a supermarket would be pretty crazy for a lot of weebs, don't get me wrong. And I'm not about to go on some tangent about how it's a bad thing that this is happening. It's a great thing seeing bands who would have otherwise been locked to Japanese listeners and anime only watchers reach crowds far from those now. If there was one issue I had with it, I would say it's more of a sad thing in my eyes. I feel having these songs just on loop everywhere, you really go and lessen the chance of hearing unique songs you wouldn't have heard otherwise. Also, it can kill the luster and hype of an anime opening when you go to rewatch it or just starting it, since you've heard it 8 million times within the past 2 seconds. But if it's the popular new flavor of the week, it's gonna be everywhere. I'm not here to talk about music of Japan or anime music. That's for a later video. What I am here to talk about is that reach that I mentioned, the reach that the Japanese bands that would have only been locked to specific people. I'm not talking about their reach. I am talking about one that has gained so much, which was the sign of everything not being far behind and following suit. The reach of the culture, the entertainment has also spread so far now to the point where you hear Western artists involving Japanese themes or some straight up Japanese artist in their works. The reach that I'm talking about, the reach which has been slowly growing underneath everything that the normal eyes gazed upon for the first time only in a couple of recent years, that is the reach of the anime community, which has now far gone beyond what anyone that's been around for a while could have predicted or imagined back in the early golden years of anime. Going back in the years and revisiting some of where anime really started, its boom in the Western audience, it really is an interesting thing to see and research upon. How small it all started, from things like pirating music from anime and Japan on LimeWire to finding message boards to talk about the recent episodes you were able to catch late at night. Because getting to see the golden years truly shine is a feeling that you can never replace. Everything was so packed together in such a tightly knit bag because everyone knew everyone basically. You would see the same person posting on the 5 message boards that you found through a sketchy link that you could form friendships just based on that, or someone uploading a 240p anime burn onto a board of some bizarre show that you had no idea what it was, but you didn't care. You really didn't. You were suffering through the hell that was Bleach episode 24 subbed in Espanol and flipped every 5 seconds so they didn't get copyright. If you were someone as an outside spectator watching all this go down since the start of anime boom, you would have seen a community that was the definition of willpower and ingenuity. Truly what some would call the building of a great civilization, built upon the core ideals of love for an art form, using what was available at the time, really showing those levels of dedication just to see the outcome of a fight that was most likely a filler battle that held no meaning to the overall story, but back then, no one gave a shit. It wasn't about seeing movie quality visuals, hype moments, and aura. thirst trap characters or having moments people would use for a shitty edit. It was all we had. It was all we could use to try and understand even a gleam of what the world is truly like outside of our rooms, illuminated by the soft glow of a TV. This mysterious place that was depicted as the future, not just in anime, but movies and books as well. Japan has always had this draw to it, which entices people so much so that anything that comes out of it is looked at like a modern day wonder, when it's something as dumb as an umbrella that looks like a tie, or a bar that has massive robots fighting and performing in it. When something has so many things filling its space, sometimes things get pushed out, like water being displaced in a too full cup. I feel that's what the anime community has been experiencing with so many people getting into anime. It feels hard to find people that really watch anime. And when I say that, I don't mean that in a bad way. Watching any anime is cool, it's amazing, but I do feel there's a clear divide in things as it has become a more common thing to watch anime. Like I said before, we all watch anime not just for the story and the action, we also watched it as a way to try and get closer to this art form and Japan itself, where now I feel it's become like what some would classify as a normal show, where it gets popular for whatever reason. It may be from anime fans really pushing it out there, or it could be from some edit somebody saw online. It could be that it just caught the right people's attention and it got pushed out there due to the fact that it got really popular. It gets people watching, and then that's that. They won't explore anything more, even though there's so much offered. It's like an ocean. Even though it's a vast ocean that has gotten a lot bigger and stretches further than ever before, it sometimes feels like standing in a very shallow ocean alone, not being around those who have gotten really into the nitty-gritty of the medium itself, which is where that divide I feel comes from. You don't really have that many hardcore anime fans being made anymore, and when those fans do get made, I feel it's not that jovial enjoyment for the art form and the stories, the character developments, and just the creators themselves. Sometimes I think anime has maybe gotten a little bit too big, because there are a lot of people that just go around facading like, oh yeah, I watch anime, and they've only watched one and don't actually really care about it. They were just there for the bandwagon and things like that. Like I said, it's no longer jovial when you have very hardcore anime fans being made. They will defend their one post until they die, to sometimes what I will say bitchless degrees, or the fact that you have people getting angry about someone saying something as dumb as a character probably smells like this certain way, and then they receive like a death threat. First of all, that's weird, but second of all, you don't have to go that hard, okay? Like, who cares what they smell like? Who cares what this would be like? Like, one, it's a character and it's a show. It's bizarre to me that hardcore anime fans now are a hardcore to the degree where it is like, yeah, we're going to jump you. It's like, Jesus, calm down. The hate that is around some of the different anime fan bases, with more people around, you're bound to see some very unhinged things. In the end, we are a community, maybe divided through how many we watch, or how many shows we've seen, or how much we know about certain aspects of it, but in the end, it's an art form that has brought us all together, hundreds of thousands, for so many varying reasons. Animation, music, characters, story writing, just the overall process of it. And what I feel is the most important thing of all is the creativity and freedom. With how many anime and manga and light novels are here in the world, with those waiting to be discovered or waiting to be made, you'll never find a shortage of unique within this avenue. And with this infinite well that is anime, we all come back to it appreciating our own interest within. What I kind of hope for you to take away from this is explore anime. Explore the anime that is out there that you usually wouldn't watch. Give everything a chance at least once. Don't put it on like 2x speed. Don't like look at your phone 24/7 when you're watching it. Like, really try and get into it, you know? Give everything a chance, because there's some amazing things out there that maybe you'll change your life by reading or watching. Art can change people, and anime, manga, light novels, they're all an art. And as always, thank you all for watching. It is amazing to have you all here watching my stuff. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff, you know, leave me some comments on what you would like to see, maybe some people you would like me to see to collab with. I don't know. Try new things here and there, you know? As always, thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening. And remember, Juhadi.